This is Dr. Anthony Kane from the Complete Connection Parenting Program with another parenting tip for you today. What we're going to discuss today is oppositional defiant disorder, and specifically, how can you tell if your child has it? As you may or may not know, ODD is a child behavior disorder, and is characterized by a negative behavior, hostile behavior, and defiant behavior in children. And this can be also included in teenagers. And some people even think adults may have it. At least a lot of spouses complain to me that maybe they think their husbands or wives have this problem, though it's not really been diagnosed officially in these people. So what I want to discuss today is specifically children. How do you tell if your child may or may not have this problem? And there are 8 criteria that psychiatrists use. And I'm going to list them for you right now. Number 1 is the child often loses his temper. Number 2, the child often argues with adults. Number 3, the child often actively defies or refuses to comply with adults' requests or rules. Number 4, the child often deliberately annoys people. Number 5, the child often blames others for his mistakes. Number 6, the child is easily annoyed by others. Number 7, the child is often angry or resentful. Number 8, the child is spiteful and vindictive. Now, those are the 8 criteria that your child has to have to meet the diagnosis, and your child has to show 4 of these 8 behaviors in the last 6 months. So it sounds quite easy, but if you think about it, it's not, because every one of these criteria has the word often in the definition. And the problem is, what does often mean? That is not well defined. And if you think about these 8 criteria, almost all children display these at some time in their lives. And it's very common at certain ages. So the real problem in ODD is defining what is considered often, meaning more often than what's commonly considered normal. And that's how you make the diagnosis. And it's really more of an art than a science. But we do have some general rules, and I'll tell you what they are again right now for what often means. For example, often loses temper usually means 2 times a week. If the child loses temper 2 times a week, at most ages that's considered more often than normal. Often argues with adults, that is also 2 times a week. Your child often actively defies and refuses to comply with adults' requests, that's also 2 times a week. If your child does these things more than 2 times a week, it is considered unusually common, and it could be an indication of ODD. Number 4, often deliberately annoys other people, that is 4 times a week. I mean, if a child does it 3 times a week, that's considered normal behavior for most children, but if 4 times a week or more is considered a possible sign of ODD. Another thing, number 5, a child often blames others for his or her mistakes. That's if your child does that at all. That's not common for any child to do that. Number 6, your child is often touchy or easily annoyed by other people. That's 2 times a week. Number 7, your child is often angry or resentful. That is 4 times a week. And number 8, your child is spiteful and vindictive. That's if it happens at all in the last 6 months, because that's not considered normal child behavior. So again, this is a rough criteria. It is, if your child meets these criteria, in your opinion, it does not mean your child has ODD, but it's worthwhile having it checked out and see if you can get a diagnosis made. This is Dr. Anthony Kane, again for the CC Parenting Program. If you want more parenting tips, please go to our website at ccparenting.com and sign up for our free e-newsletter, our parenting newsletter for both children and for teens. Have a great day.